This is FCTV, fan-controlled television. Programs created and produced for the fans, by the fans of fan-controlled sports and entertainment. As always, power to the fans. And now, it's time for the show.
Yeah! Welcome to Aces Born Wild.
Yeah.
The official companion show to fan control sports and entertainment. And I am so glad to be back. I'm your host, Jeff Cannata, spelled with two N's and one T. I'm here with some of my favorite people on the planet. It's Patrick Dees. It's Josh Macuga. It's Leighton Batiste. What is up, fellas?
So
Jeff, we missed you last week.
Yeah. It is.
Too.
It is a very different show, and we're 32 seconds in.
I tried to do your intro last week. I was just like, oh, wait.
You know what we should have done? We really should have brought tape of it and then had him break it down like Madden style, like a telestrator. Be like, here, Josh, that was one too few readies. You need a welcome. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Indeed.
Dees,
Indeed.
turn down your mic like 3
Okay, I adjusted my volume.
Am I screaming?
You are
A little bit.
loud and
It's just I'm just that excited to be here. I'm telling you, it's been a long day. I've been burning on both ends.
Look at Big Dispatcher. Holy overmodulation, Batman. Yes. Thank you. Jeff, we missed you last week. We ran what I think was a relatively decent show. Okay show. There was a lot of conversation about Dees' glasses again, but hey, he's still figuring it out.
I think so.
Correct.
Yeah,
there
you can't not talk about them. They enter the room first. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Let's get down to business. How's that mic sounding, by the way?
Oh, you're back, baby. You're back.
Yeah.
So,
all right. Good.
Yeah,
Right on.
yeah.
Right on.
But Jeff, honestly, I think that like doing a John Madden, like, listen, right now, Brett Favre, he does his thing. Brett Favre walks onto the field. Everybody wants to play with Brett Favre. He's got an arm. He's got a cannon. Everybody. That's what you really could have done for me to make me just feel worse about myself. My wife does it every day. You know, it would have been.
Yeah.
See what he did? Yeah. Boom! Right over here. Pow! He doesn't. Yeah.
He doesn't use his stomach. He's got to use his diaphragm. A lot. Way too many throat. Yeah. Also, last Thursday, Jeff. I don't know if you know what happened last Thursday while you weren't here.
What?
But our buddy Nerdy had a baby, and that's why the show Aces Born Wild.
Holy moly! Welcome. I would applaud Nerdy, except I know that he no longer is able to watch or do anything,
or have a life, or do anything. Yes, correct. There's no chance.
So Nerdy,
wait for kids.
in 2 years from now, when you watch these, you go back and watch these. Congratulations!
We're so excited for you.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh my God.
I'm telling you, I don't know how. I didn't expect this from like the school drop off. Here's the thing: is like you read all these parenting books, and they basically cover the first 6 weeks, right?
Yeah.
Like it's just
They're like, don't kill
hey,
it from here to here. Birth is 6 weeks, and then
you're fine, right?
Yeah.
Like my one buddy said, like 6 days, 6 weeks, 6 months. After 6 months, it's literally just a free for all. It's a terrible improv show at an okay theater in like a rough part of town.
Oh, it's
your guess is as good as mine, and you better have a good yes and partner, because otherwise your child's going to need a lot of therapy.
100%.
I always enjoy the my Instagram feed is very much in the parenting world, parenting advice world, because I've clicked on a lot of those and gone, oh, let me listen. And they're always giving you the advice of like, if your child does this, you should do this. And then I always do that. I'm like, oh man, that sounds great. It's like, get down on their level, look them in the eye and go, do you need a hug? Or whatever it is, when they're freaking out. And I'm like, awesome. So my kid's like, freaking out. And I get down on their level. I look them in the eye. I'm like, do you need a hug? And look straight at me and go, it changes nothing. I'm like frantically searching Instagram for like, now that I've done that and it hasn't worked, what next?
I'm just closer to it. It's like louder. You know what I mean? It's like, that didn't help at all.
I'm going to
check they do nothing.
I'm checking my Instagram real quick to see how many likes this has. Currently, it has 3,781 likes. This is a comment on a dad Instagram post. And this dad took a picture of his daughter every day until she turned 18 and turned it into a thing. Have you seen that?
So
right?
cool.
And I responded with, I just recorded a ton of farts. I guess there are 2 types of dads, right? and it has almost 4,000 likes because literally I have all of these videos of Rosie as a baby when she was like, when they fart so loud, Leighton, it sounds like you can't miss it. It sounds like a dad at a football game. He's like, I had too many nachos. Right? It's bad. It's really, really bad.
My son is about to have his 7th birthday in less than a week. The 5th of September, he will turn 7. Hey. And on his 6th birthday, I set out to do that exact thing. I said, we're going to take a picture of you every night before you go to bed. Yeah. And then in a year, on your 7th birthday, we'll look back and you'll see, I'll put them, back to back to back, and you'll see it'll be amazing. We got about 3 months in.
3 months is better than I thought you were going to get.
Yeah, really well. I thought pretty darn good.
Yeah, that's great. I said we might take selfies in bed, like as a family, and like see how we've all. And I mean, we might do it once, twice a week, if that. Because now Amanda wakes up early, the baby wakes up screaming. Nobody's like psyched about waking up. It's like, oh well, we had a couple.
Are you going to show him the 3 months, Jeff? You're like,
here's the first 3 months. But yeah,
okay.
You don't see a lot of change in 3 months,
No. Look at Leighton just learning.
I can wait.
No. So I love this. So
I can wait.
See, because Jeffrey talked about his Instagram being like the dad Instagram. You know how like Instagram has got you pegged? It's who you are or who you think that you are. So my mind, for example, not a lot of dad stuff. Actually, Instagram thinks I'm a sassy gay man. It just does. It just does. That's what it serves me. Really good looking guys.
That's funny.
Really good looking guys, no shirts on. I get a lot of that apparently.
A lot of videos that say "Yas Queen."
I'm pretty sure that's what it thinks. I would give really good money to understand what Leighton's Instagram feed is like, because it's got to be this mix of like
college
sports,
football in Atlanta.
Yeah, college football, a lot of Atlanta stuff. Like
you'll be surprised. I see a lot of lawn care videos. Lawn care and like food, like do-it-yourself food videos.
Leighton, I saw this thing because like I'm obsessed with Topgolf, right? I live for Topgolf. Every time I go to my brother's house, they live close to a Topgolf, and by close, I mean it's like 35 minutes away, but still, it's close enough. And every time I go there, I ask my little niece and nephew, 13 and 11, I was like, "You guys want to go to Topgolf?" And last time I went, they're like, "That's all you ever want to do, Uncle Josh."
I guess.
So I saw this guy. He was like, "I think there needs to be a lawn mowing type Topgolf place for dads, where there's a bar." And it's a huge field, and you get to like mow part of it. You can rent out part of it, or you can you can buy and rent part of it. Like you grow your turf, and then you grow designs, and then you and your buddies can comment on it. There's a bar, there's mowers, there's certain kinds of mowers.
Dude,
there's like hybrids of grasses.
This is a phenomenal idea, chiefly because my wife has expressed to me many times that her dream is to ride a sit-down mower and just mow a giant lawn for an afternoon. It's like she really wants to do that. And I have searched for a place to just to do that. And it's not an easy thing to find, fellas. Let me tell you. So if you want to come up to our place, you can, Jeff. Well, gladly give her a totally fine. I've been wanting to for a birthday present or, anniversary gift. I've wanted to be like, "Hey, honey, here you go. 2 hours on the sit-down mower. There you go."
Two types of husbands. Some husbands get helicopter rides for their wives. You just let her ride around in a lawnmower for a couple hours. Yeah. I got to ride a Zamboni once. It was the best day of my life.
Was it cool?
Best day of my life. It was the best.
That's my dream.
I once got to ride.
Incredible. I've got an incredible picture of me driving a Zamboni.
I once got to drive the lunar rover, NASA.
I'm sorry. I thought you said lunar rover. You broke up a little bit, Jeff. You broke up. Yeah, I thought you said lunar rover. What?
Yeah.
Tell us about that.
I was doing this show called Always On, and we would go around the country and do tech. It was a tech show on CNET, and one of the things we did was go to Houston and go to the space center there, and I interviewed an astronaut, hung out with this astronaut all day long, and he took me in the lunar rover on simulated lunar surface, simulated Mars surface, and he let me drive. It was the coolest thing ever.
That is so badass.
I'd like to counter that with my experience at the JPL. For those that don't know, Leighton, there's a place called the Jet Propulsion Laboratory. It's in Pasadena, California. It's where they have the Mars rover command center. Okay. And it's like some of the smartest people on the planet, really, that work there, along with the place that Jeff probably went to. Right. And so I went there for the DVD release. What is that?
Me on a Zamboni.
Oh, you want a Zamboni?
Oh wow!
sorry. I know, not great for the audio listeners, but I just like love that there's photographic proof of me just piling a Zamboni. It's the best. Go ahead.
You guys remember when Ron Swanson saw Little Sebastian? That's my passion for Zambonis. Like if I am opposed to a Zamboni, I get so excited. Because my
As
OCD
you should.
how they paint. They basically paint ice, and we
It's
watch. I
incredible.
mean, it's the original
Artists.
screensaver. It's
It
the
really-
first screensaver. That's the Zamboni, right?
They're artists. They're artists.
So I go to the Jet Propulsion Laboratory, and it's for the DVD release of the movie Interstellar. So we're interviewing the one Nolan brother who wrote it, the one scientist who helped like prove the theories were correct, and then an actual astronaut who's working on the Mars project. Okay. And we're in the huge auditorium at JPL, and there is like maybe 400 people in there. And so they're like, hey, we'd like each one of you here, because there's only 20 of us press, quote unquote, there to ask questions. And so they're asking all these questions about the movie, and they start talking about like global warming and trash and like all this kind of stuff. And I was like, what if you got like, I've been wondering, like, you know, everybody worried about like trash and landfill. I'm in front of a lot of people. Everybody's worried about trash and landfills. It's like, what if you just shot all that trash into space and then it burned on like, it just like burned in the atmosphere on its way back in? Dude, crickets. Crickets. I mean, if this was a field trip and there was a teacher involved, I would have got yelled at on the bus.
Oh yeah, definitely.
They're like yelled at on the bus.
Here's my proof.
That's so
Wow.
badass. That's so badass.
Yeah.
Sorry, I
Incredible.
can't take a picture of
Me like
400 people in silent awe. Oh, look at that. That's cool.
yeah.
Again,
There's like a
not
little-
great for the audio listeners, but yeah, we saw it. We saw.
We saw it.
It's incredible.
Anyway, that's that.
Firing trash into space is pretty
Trash
Airedale's
into space.
latest show name, which I think is.
I think that's pretty appropriate because it's kind of what we do.
Just on a week to week, especially when there's not a lot of fan control news.
Yeah.
There is
Well,
some
there
big
is
news,
news.
though. There's big news. Huge
geez.
news.
Take it away.
Please return your seat backs and tray tables to their full upright and locked positions, because tomorrow at 12 noon Pacific, the beta is dropping. You got it. The new fan control app is going live. You still have time to get into that beta. If you haven't, go to Discord, sign up, get the information on the beta. There'll be a private Discord room on our Discord server. There'll be emails out that'll give you instructions on not only how to download it, but the type of feedback that we want. Get in there and start testing, because it is coming.
Yeah.
Beta.
I gotta give a shout out. So basically how this is gonna work is that Leighton, myself, and Jess Samola, we're calling ourselves, what was Ian calling us?
Content Factory.
The Content Factory. Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
So
Us.
every day
Like it.
we're going to have a minimum of like 10 picks and polls for people to vote on. It'll be way more aesthetically pleasing, I guess would be the word, Leighton, than the former picks and polls. Way more current, a lot more fun and funny. And we have some up there now in the beta that we're constantly updating. We'll be updating throughout the weekends. We're going to be, make sure you're checking the app all the time, because it's sort of going to turn into like this fun, very legal version of a sports book that you're not going to actually wager your money on. It's more or less the currency, or your fan currency, your control currency that you earn in the app and are able to spend on things in the fan controlled community, in the fan controlled habitat. And it's a lot of fun. So
That's awesome.
Leighton, take it away. Like tell the people the kind of stuff that we're also going to be getting social media in there and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're also looking at doing some exclusive content on there.
Gloofies?
I think my favorite part is the fan
Exclusives.
avatars, right? So like how you can customize your fan avatar, you can put, whatever clothing items on there. And then there's a shop where you can go buy new items for your fan avatar, and there's bundles on there, so there might be like a discount. Like, that's my favorite feature of the app.
I'm really trying to go get a deal with Warner Brothers, because all I want is a John Wick outfit. I want the bulletproof suit, my little fan avatar, just one pistol.
Is that the most ridiculous part of that movie? Is that he can just pull his coat up and it blocks bullets?
It's
goofy.
It is so self-aware. It's incredible. But that's all I want. I think that the silhouette of the guy with the suit and the tie now has become totally iconic, and so that's what I want. That's my I'm a fan of Hitman.
You guys are making a lot of content, so you could be called the malcontents.
Oh, okay. That's a pretty good name for a really shitty band, Jeff. That's a really good name for a band. Freddie Emerald says, what if I run out of CTRL or control? How can I earn that back? Dees?
So I don't know if he's asking specifically about the beta or kind of future plans of it, but like you were talking about, like in this kind of ecosystem, you earn by participating. So again, and you can continue to bet and all of those things. So it is literally, it's a participatory currency that we're testing. So, and I'd encourage people to get in there and like try all of the features. We want feedback on everything from, God forbid, oh, this part crashed or this part didn't load correctly, to like, yo, here's the thing that I would really like to see, or what if this tab was on this side? So that we want all of that type of feedback to be able to, because I think all of it's actionable. It's a short beta period because we want this, again, we've talked about this before, but this is the first domino in a series of announcements. So the beta is going out now. It'll be a couple of weeks. We're playing that by ear a little bit, depending on how many sprints we need to get it to where we want it to be. Once we feel great about that, that's going to go wide and the announcements are going to start coming. So this is the first domino, boys.
The first domino has fallen, and the rest of the dominoes are still being set up by like a little kid in his kitchen while his mom cooks. The Racer 2
I have a lot of those on my Instagram feed, by the way, too. A lot of
dominoes things. Me too.
Oh, dude, I love a dominoes video.
Me too.
God,
Instagram knows me.
Love a grand domino. Where it just keeps going and going and going and going.
And then it builds a tower, and then the tower falls down and reveals like Dolly Parton in dominoes. You're like, oh, holy shit!
And in mine, somebody at the end yells, "Yes, Queen!" And I'm like, "Yes,
yes, Queen!"
Yeah.
I think I don't think Instagram thinks that you're a sassy gay man. I think that the wait staff at Bucket Shop thinks you're a sassy gay man. It's simply on grilled chicken and broccoli as your meal at a sports bar.
But you got that is like my personality online too. I am grilled broccoli and vegetable online too as well. That's so like it's everywhere it goes. It's it's just
a show name. Yes, Dees. That put that in the fold.
Yes.
Racer 24524. I can't sign up. You won't be able to sign up yet. This is for fan captains, people that have been with us since day one that are in our private Discord. If you would like to be in there, you can reach out to us and try and get into the Discord if you pass a series of
physical strengths feats.
It's like Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. So
is that true? I'm not too close to that, but like you have to be formally a fan captain to be able to do that. I thought that it was an open beta. Is that true? Let me take that offline. Look, we'll follow back up.
We'll follow back up.
I don't actually know.
But there will be links for everybody to to download and get active in this beta, and there'll be a Discord channel. And again, constructive criticism, not your classic online stuff like I hate it. Right? That doesn't do us anything.
That's not great.
But we will say that the new app is a lot more interactive. It's going to have a lot more interactivity. And hopefully, our goal within the next year to 2 years is that FCS 365 is a real thing, that there is constantly something to do and see and interact with and sport with on our all of us thing.
And ideally it's the gateway to everything that we do here, right? Like I obviously the chat will always be an important component of the show, but like I mean ideally you're interacting with this show in the app, right? Like this is that becomes the destination for everything that we're doing. Yeah.
That you'll be able to watch if we're streaming content that isn't owned solely by a broadcast partner, say like an NBC or a CBS or somebody that wanted exclusive and paid a lot of money for exclusive broadcast rights. Exclusives, as we call them here. Then you will be able to watch hopefully everything on the app. Like if we're streaming somewhere, we're going to stream on the app. So it's going to become this cool little ecosystem of social media and chat and sport and silliness and everything.
Hyper casual video games, right? You'll be able to log in there and actually play like some of the games that we're developing. So it's the home for everything. And I'm like I said, it's been a long time coming this year. Obviously, we know there was a giant reorganization about how we approach the business of fan control sports at the beginning of this year. And it's been a long time getting that organized and then building this app to be, again, to support multiple sports and multiple fan IQ systems. And this idea that now that is the home for all of the sports is really exciting to me.
100%.
Yep.
And that's tomorrow at noon. Tomorrow at noon it happens. It's all happening.
At noon. I'm telling you, it's the upgrade in simply just how the app looks.
Yeah,
the
correct.
upgrade in just how it looks.
Yep.
It's night and day, man. It's awesome. It's got, I don't know. It kind of brings you like a warm sensation all over your body.
Really warm sensation, not guaranteed. But
no.
Oh, we're putting that in writing.
Guaranteed. Yeah. This is like telemarketers on HBO Max. Okay, I'm guaranteeing you that I am a real police officer calling your house right now. Okay?
I have some feedback for the beta. Should I be experiencing a warm sensation everywhere?
Yes. Oh, and it should stop after it. If it exceeds
fan control,
what else do you feel?
If it exceeds 4 hours,
4 hours, yeah, that's where I was going.
Consult a doctor.
What else do you feel?
Yeah. Call Leighton Batiste, 1-800-HOT-LAY.
Oh my god, I'm saving him in my phone as hot.
The fan controlled app.
Oh my god,
it's
so good.
It's ready when you are.
Oh
yeah, you feel it all over. Oh, okay, yeah. What else?
Wait till we've got an 18 and over section. It's sort of like at the old video stores, and there's behind the curtain. Okay?
Oh yeah.
You go back there and it's like, holy shit, look at all these boobs. That is the 18 and over section of the fan controlled app. It's called Fan Controlled Nights. And basically, we're just streaming porn, and you're gonna watch it with us, and it's gonna be creepy. I promise you.
Those sticks and poles are crazy.
Jeff, you step away from the business a little bit, and the directions it goes that you're going is crazy.
I'm gone for 1 week.
That's it's a big busy week,
This is the real FCF, Jeff. Do you know what the other F is? You know
I know what the other F is. I think I do.
Of course you do. Buddy.
Friends.
I think I do.
Friends. It's friends.
I'm concerned about how my fan avatar has been upgraded.
Is that fan controlled avatar have a huge dong? Yeah. It's gigantic. You can tell by the digital bulge in the pants you just bought. It only costs 500 control.
It only fan controlled nights. Your fan avatar transforms.
Boom. Ruth is saying the beta sign up is actually closed. It closed last Friday.
Well, there you go.
Never mind. So
already too late.
Your window. Sorry about that.
Hey, Racer, if you want to, we'll figure it out. It's a fan-friendly first family.
Yeah, you're damn right.
Friends.
Email me at patrick@fcf.io. We'll figure it out. Send it to me.
Throwing out a personal email out there.
Correct.
Email me at joshm@hotmail. I'm sure I'll find
at AOL.net.
Jeff, we were looking at this website, Patrick and I. It wasn't a fake. It wasn't a porn website.
No,
okay,
no.
It was sent to us as like a thing.
Wasn't a
Not exactly.
I love that has to be preclude any sentence going on here. Well, this one wasn't a porn.
It was called Pornhub.com. I don't.
Who knows what's back there? Who knows?
Yeah. And yeah,
Hotmail.
That's pretty good.
Yes,
yeah, nailed it. So but the contact, it wasn't like at the website, it was like jerry@aol.com, and I was like, I don't think this is a real website.
No, I know. Josh flagged it immediately.
Yeah. Totally. I tried to get my mom to change to Gmail, and she's like, does it let me print my emails on Gmail? And I was like, I think so. And why are we printing?
Why are we printing your email?
I need to have hard copies of this.
She's like, I want to be able to take my hotel reservations to the hotel and show them that I made the reservation. And I was like, yeah, you can show them your phone.
That's very specific.
She was like, yeah, but what if I don't have my phone on me? I was like, well, they have computers at the hotel unless you're staying like a tent.
See, I love chatting with my parents about technology. It's the absolute best. It is the day my mother started texting was the best day of my entire life, because I would get the little, none of you guys went, mom would make my lunch when I go to school, and frequently on the napkin I would get you're the best, love, mom, or whatever. It was awesome.
Love that.
So I would start getting those randomly, but my favorite thing about it, and we're still working with it sometimes, is that she signs the text.
You have to pay for AOL emails. Great.
My mom
worth it though for the level of quality.
600 hours.
600 hours on one compact disc.
One compact disc. That's incredible.
That reminds me, there's an old Saturday Night Live sketch that I always thought was hilarious about the financial institution that finally was pivoting to the web. but they got there late, and the only website that was still available was clownpenis.fart. It's a commercial, and they're like, we at Charles Mitchell take your money and your investments seriously. And though we were late to joining the internet, we still believe that a financial institution should have higher standards. Just go to clownpenis.fart.
Look, I'm going there right now.
Holy shit.
Everything else was taken. That was all they had left.
Everything else is taken except
showing results. It says, did you mean clownfish.fart? Is what I got.
Yes, that's what I meant.
Yeah, I
Finding Nemo.
farting clownfish on YouTube is a big response.
Oh man.
Freddie, it was a Dylan Edwards moment. Was that what that was? Was that the name of the bank, Jeff? I'm guessing that was the.
It might have been. I don't remember. I don't recall. It's an old sketch, man. It was like from the.
It's not as cool as Patrick.cool. I think we can all agree on that. Of course. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, that's
a domain so amazing that nothing has earned the right to use it yet.
No, I know. I want to gift it to like the coolest Patrick I ever meet. I was like, I've been holding on
a bar so high it can never be met. That's the problem.
I hate some Patrick when I'm 50 years old, and I'm like, look, it's you. It's you. I passed this along. You are the chosen Patrick.
The International Association of Patrons has come together.
We took a vote.
Do you remember a couple of years ago when like some guy put out, hey, on April 14th, every Josh in this area get together. There's going to be a fight. And it was just a bunch of Josh. Do you remember that? And somebody was like, hey, are you going to this? Somebody tweeted at me like, hey, are you going to this? Yeah, I'm going to the Josh fight. Yeah,
that's amazing. All the Joshes are coming together to fight.
There's gonna be a fight. I'm like, okay. I've never gotten into a fight in my life, and I don't plan on doing a fight ever.
You've never seen all the other Joshes in one place.
No, I know. There can be only one. It's a big Highlander convention. You know what I mean?
One.
Oh man.
So, honestly, I highly recommend people Google clownpenis.fart because this one of the results is it's not clownpenis.fart, but this domain is pretty amusing, and it's spankbang.party.
Barney?
Party.
Spankbang.party
is so good.
I'm in for the spankbang.party.
I can get subscribing. You know what I mean?
Oh, jeez, that's the one. That is the one.
That's some good content.
That's like when I heard, you heard that back in the day, like sex.com was worth over like $10 million or something. And I'm like, really? That's the most boring possible, give me a little creativity. Give me a little zazz. Give me some zazz,
Missionary.org was taken and you're like, okay.
It's like that, whitehouse.com is a porn site, but whitehouse.org is the president's.
Yeah.
The actual White House. Yeah.
Missionary.org. The org stands for organ.
Oh, best hour all week. I'm telling you. All week.
30 minutes in, and we haven't even gotten to Jeff's cool race he did last week.
I know.
Jeff,
where you gone last week?
What's more exciting than the beta launch? Jeff racing from Bend, Oregon to the moon. Jeff,
that's not accurate.
What point do you hit the Rainbow Road? When do you hit Rainbow Road?
Pretty early. In fact, we started early. I did Hood to Coast, which is running from Mount Hood to Seaside, Oregon, which is on the coast, on the beach. Very famous race. This is the 41st year that they've done it. Very famous. They call it the mother of all relays. It's a relay race. 12 participants typically, although some idiots, maniacs do it with fewer people. And it's a big deal. It's really cool. I raised over $13,000 for prostate cancer research at Providence.
Nice.
And still going strong. Honestly, it's still up through the end of September. So if you have any spare change, there's no amount too small. If you want to go to bit.ly/run Jeff run, you can still contribute.
Damn it. You can't go to spankbang.party.
I mean, in about 15 minutes you'll be able to, because I'm going to buy it and redirect. But it was wild. It was my second time.
How many total miles do you run over 48 hours?
Me personally, I did 16 and a half, something like that. Yeah.
In 4 mile chunks, or like how do you break it up?
I did all the leg lengths are different. You do 3 legs if you're on a typical team of 12. You do 3 legs over. Okay. We did it about 33 hours. Okay. You don't really sleep. My first leg was 7.25 or something like that.
7 in a row?
Yeah.
Whoa.
My second leg was like 4 something, and my third leg was 5 something. So, but there's all kinds of
consistent length of time I've ever run in my life over straight was the mile in the 7th grade. And then they stopped testing the mile in the 7th grade. That was it. You don't have to do it anymore.
It was a good day when you're like, stop testing the mile.
Yeah. However, I think I've swum like 12 miles in a row. So there's
really, it's way harder.
Way harder.
Yeah.
Way harder.
I did a triathlon. I did the Malibu triathlon years ago, and I did. It was terrible. I did a mile swim. I did a mile swim in the ocean, and it was horrendous. It was horrendous.
Open water swimming is not easy. It's hard.
I did it in a pool because I wanted to train for it, and it was hard enough in a pool that I was like, fuck this noise. It's just I wanted to die, and I can run 10 miles like no sweat. I thought, okay, yeah, cool. I'll just get in shape enough to swim, and it's a whole different ballgame.
It is.
I think I got asked to do like a 5K one time, and I was like, oh, 5K. That's probably like 800 yards. Yeah. No, that's like 2.5 miles. I said yes. After the first mile, I just walked the rest. I was like,
it's like 1,000.
There's 2 types of Macugas. My dad, cross-country runner, long-distance runner, ran all through college. My brother, a great runner. Then there's me and my mom. We like a decent jog, but we would prefer a golf cart or, like a nice day at the beach, if you will. My mom played tennis. That's a lot more lateral movement than it is just continuous running.
Yeah.
Continuous.
Let me tell you a quick story about it, because what they do is they want everybody to sort of finish about the same time. So they take your
it's like spank bang tot party.
Yeah, exactly. It's not that's the dot party
that's
part.
When we get there. Yeah, just got to get there at the same time.
Yeah,
you walked into that one.
Totally.
they back order it from finishing times. They want everybody to finish, at the same time. So there's this big party on the beach, and there's all these bands playing and stuff. So what they do is they take your estimated mile times from all your runners, and they sort of back set it so that they stagger the start times as early as 3 o'clock in the morning. So the faster that you are, the better that you are, the later your start time is. There's people starting at like 10, 11 o'clock on Friday. And then you run to end on Saturday, right? You run it all night, all day, all night.
Well, how hammered did you get after?
Oh, very hammered.
Oh, good.
My friend got hammered during it. And I was like, that seems unwise.
Good man.
Unwise. He was pounding beers right before we were going to go to sleep at 9 p.m. for 1 hour. I was like, that's not wise. Anyway, hey, there's 2 types I would choose. I'll say that. He did fine. But anyway, so to give you a sense of how slow and terrible my team of old men is, we were the Eastmoreland Fathers Association. That was the name of our team. It was a bunch of dads from Portland. It was my buddy who's a firefighter in Portland, and his friends in his neighborhood. Anyway, to give you a sense of how slow and terrible we are at this, our start time was 4:10 in the morning. 4:10 in the morning. So like the elite runners start at like 10, 11 o'clock. They like get to sleep in, mosey on down to the start line. We, knowing that we were also this is Friday morning, 4 a.m. You run all through Friday, all through the night, Friday night, Saturday morning, nonstop, and we end at like 2:00 p.m. on Saturday.
Okay.
So knowing that we were going to get no sleep on Friday night, we started freaking out that we were going to get no sleep on Thursday night because even though I flew into Portland Thursday morning and hung out with my friend, and we, last year we like slept at his house, got up, drove to the start time, whatever. But they live in Portland. This is Mount Hood, which is like 2.5 hours from their house. And you got to get to the start time like a half an hour early to get all ready. So we're talking like getting up at midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning to start the day that we're also not going to have any sleep. So it's like, it started looking real bad of like, we're going to get 2 nights of no sleep. This is not good at all. So they started coming up with a plan, and they found a friend of a friend who actually had a Airbnb place up near the start time of Mount Hood at this place called, this town is called Government Camp.
Party. Oh, shoot.
Town is called Government Camp.
Government
Camp. Name of the town is
That
Government
sounds legit.
Camp. Government Camp, Oregon. It's a little like
an old government camp,
I think, but it's like a ski lodge town. It's like for when it snows there. There's lifts. It's like you would find in Tahoe or something. It's like a ski town.
Okay.
And so the catch is there's this awesome Airbnb, but they were actually renting it out to actual people that day. They were going to arrive that day. So we were going to go in, sleep there, and leave by 3:30 in the morning. So, before the people came in at like a normal human time.
Sure.
Right. But there wasn't going to be time for cleaners to come in between that. So like
you had to clean?
No. It's better than that. They're like, you guys can use this Airbnb for free because you're friends of friends. But the catch is you cannot let it seem like any human touched this place. Right?
There goes.
So we get there. It's like 4 beds, 3 baths. Like it's this nice, rad, Airbnb pad. Mm-hmm. But all the beds are like immaculately tight sheets, like crisp everything.
Never gonna happen.
So we go there. We go there with our sleeping bags and pillows, and we sleep. I slept on the floor next to a bed.
No.
Bed.
The floors are kind of better.
I don't know about that.
Let's unpack that sentence in just a second. That's
I got you. I'll explain.
We used the bathrooms and had to refold the toilet paper into a little triangle.
Oh, the folding triangle's tough. That's tough.
It was so funny. It was like we have to be ghosts that came in the night and no one ever knew we were here. So we had
Jeff's like, I took a huge poop, clogged the toilet. We're fucked.
I love the world where there's a human being who's checking into an Airbnb. It's like, guys, get in here. It's not the little triangle's not folded on the triangle. There's people been here before. Get your money back, Jerry.
They promised us triangles, Patrick. They promised us triangles.
There's definitely been people in here between when the cleaners were here and when we got here.
Who's eating our porridge?
This bed has creases in it.
It's lumpy. It's a lumpy bed. All right, Leighton, before we get to Discord questions, because there's a few of them, they're pretty good. Why floor?
Okay. What is that nonsense?
Think about it. A nice flat floor. The room temperatures are like 72 degrees. Perfect. Just get a pillow.
But it's flat and uncomfortable.
Okay.
It's
no.
Have you slept on a nice bed before? Like a bed?
I have. Floors go crazy.
So. You know that the bed offers. The bed offers more than just temperature, right?
Is there like some sort of floor that is like? Is it carpet? Or,
do people who sleep on floors have they ever heard of not sleeping on floors? What? That sounds terrible.
Your body is too young.
He's the young man.
Pliable, I guess.
Yeah. Young man.
Yeah,
he's the young man. You get older and laying flat on a flat surface hurts your legs and hips.
Dude.
Even in a very nice bed, I wake up lower back sometimes like, oh, that's not good. What's wrong? I don't know.
When I was in college, I once got drunk and fell asleep on stairs.
Oh yeah, done that.
I slept soundly on literally on mid stairway.
Incredible.
Jeff,
it's incredible.
I have it's similar thing. A buddy of mine, not me, shockingly not me, did the same thing, but it was during a party. Like a lot of people were at our house.
All right, let's go.
And I, like the friend
way.
that I am, I just set up like a large bucket of markers, and we turned him into a Jackson Pollock. Like girls took off his shirt and colored him in. His whole body was markered. Everything, face, ears. Like there wasn't a part of his body that wasn't colored. He was colored in. They colored him in.
They're like, awesome. Dude, not cool to do the blackface. He's like,
imagine I could just be like, hey, have you seen Kyle? He's asleep. No, there's a bucket of markers. Did you marker him yet? No, you haven't. Get there before you leave. It's like a guest book, but it's a group.
It's a guest book. Did you sign the Kyle? Did you sign the Kyle?
Did you sign Kyle? Did you guys see Kyle? Weirdly, Dees, and this is not a joke. The dude's name. The dude's
delightful party.
Yeah. I'm not kidding when I say his name was Kyle. His name was Kyle. I swear to
it sounded like a really Kyle thing to do.
I mean, of course, total Kyle thing. All right, let's get into some Discord questions because Dees has to leave in 7 minutes.
Oh my god.
Let's go.
This is coming from our buddy Woody the Duck. In honor of college football officially kicking off, what team has the best tradition? Now, Leighton and I, I should just say Leighton. Leighton put out a thing that our top 4 college traditions. There we had the throwing of the spear at center field from the Florida State Seminoles, the touching of the rock and Clemson going down that hill. Other one, Leighton. What was the other ones you put in there?
CSU Boulder with the
Miami Smoke.
What about the Bison?
So these are all ACC, but it was just ACC for this one. And then it was just the same man at Virginia Tech.
Virginia Tech. I love the Buffalo. I like the wagon at Oklahoma, the whiteout at Penn State, jump around at Wisconsin. I don't know. I could.
The whiteout's so dope. What's the wait, we just named one that I didn't know. The wagon? What is this?
Yeah, in Oklahoma, they come out. It's like Boomer Sooner. It's an old covered wagon, and and last year or 2 years ago, it flipped over.
Yeah.
Badass.
Yeah.
All right, that's rocketing to the top of my list. At BYU, they have like 2 missionaries run out and they start reading from the Book of Mormon for the whole crowd for 10 minutes.
They're all screaming. They're like, we bear witness.
Heavenly Father, let's these dudes up.
Okay.
Yeah, FCF. It's called the Sooner Schooner. Yeah, there you go.
Schooner.
Yeah. I do like the Buffalo. Is there a tiger at LSU, Leighton?
There used to be. So they would put Mike the Tiger in a cage right by the tunnel for the visitors. So they have to run.
Oh, that's badass.
Then, of course, PETA stopped.
PETA had a problem with it. It was like terrifying an animal. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love the Bulldog at Georgia because they show him and he's just like, he's just dead. Poor guy. What's crazy is that, it's like a long family lineage from like the same dog. So it's like UGA 4, UGA 5, and it's from the same thing. And they think because of the breeding situation that they're like just making really shitty dogs now. And they're dying way too early because the inbreeding of this one family line is not great. Yeah. Anyway,
great tradition though.
Like people of the Appalachian.
Just a delightful tradition.
People might say that it's really cool that like you get to dot the I at Ohio State, but I would disagree because Ohio State's a bunch of garbage people collected in a huge trash city.
That's right. Just a floating trash garbage mountain in the middle of the ocean. What is speaking of garbage piles? What does Miami do? Like, what's their tradition?
They run that smoke.
Oh, that's right. I knew they had something. Yep.
It's apparently they tell the players, hey, when the smoke goes, just keep running, don't stop because it's blinding. And they could like run over each other and then it becomes like a stampede.
Oh God.
Yeah.
That sounds like a Miami thing to do,
Yeah. Notre Dame's got that like play like a champion sign that everybody hits.
Oh yeah.
They haven't been champions for a while, so
like
a champion. Like a champion. You don't have to play as a champion. Just play like one.
Champion cosplay.
Champion cosplay.
It's very good. It's a solid show name as well.
Yeah. Okay.
I did want to call out really quickly before I forget Freddie Airmail, who's like just a legendary commenter. Jeffrey, when you were talking about your friend who was drinking during the course of the race, Freddie Airmail in the chat left, "You booze, you lose," which I think is very good.
Show name material?
Yeah, it's solid. You booze, you lose is very good. Anyway, so I had to call that out. It's just so
Nerd E is our next question. He says, I've been keeping too much track of the NFL preseason, but I kept seeing games ended early due to injury. My question is this going to be a big deal this season? Are we already starting to see the NFL realizing they have to protect the players? What's the ultimate final step in all of this? Will the NFL be played differently and safer 5 years from now and be seen as a different game than even last season? I will say this. Jeff, take it away.
Preach.
I don't believe so. I mean, I think there are going to be a lot of things that continue to change in small ways, like we've seen with kickoff returns, and we've seen with, preseason with those giant goofy helmets that everybody has to wear and all that stuff. I think there's going to be lip service paid to that kind of safety, but in the long run, it just makes too much money for everybody. And so I seriously doubt we're going to see any actual seismic changes.
I was listening to. Go ahead, Dees.
I think there'll be lip service and motions toward, advances in technology that keeps players safer. I mean, I think they like to be seen looking at that, and I think there's an authentic component to it. I think they want obviously keep players safer, but I think we'll probably see some noise about groundbreaking technologies that they're employing. But the game doesn't change, right, Josh?
Yeah, no, I don't think you can at this point. I mean, unless they just go flag football, it would be silly. I'm not silly. It's just I think it's an immovable force. It's like trying to convince somebody that climate change is real that doesn't think it's real. It's like I can't teach stupid, right? And so I think that with yes, they can keep trying to work on player safety and make better helmets and like thicker pads but the problem is I was listening to this interview with Howie Long. He was talking about like when he's the best. He's the best. When he was a defensive end, the offensive linemen he was going against were like 265, 270 pounds. Now they're averaging 315, 320. The human beings have just gotten so much bigger, so much stronger, and so much faster.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. And the speed, pun into speed kills, right? And they are going so fast at one another. And they're trying all they can to like make people make it safer. But when you're going that fast, you cannot stop. So guys are going to get hit. People are going to get hurt. The body, I think there's something to be said about steroids at certain points that it's like, hey, if they could take some of these that help them recover or keep their body stronger in the face of, getting hit by other genetically modified humans through whatever the case may be. I mean, when you meet somebody that plays a professional sport, you realize you cannot play a professional sport.
Yeah.
As a me. Right. So I don't know.
Yeah.
It's tough, but thing is if like they would change it if we weren't watching it.
That's the problem. There's too much money to be made. It's too popular.
Yeah, it's too popular.
And hey, I'm a hypocrite because I can't wait for opening day.
Me neither.
Speaking of opening day, Jeff, my Pittsburgh Steelers.
That's what I wanted to hear. Let's
play
go.
Your San Francisco 49ers.
Let's go.
In Pittsburgh.
Yeah, baby.
Heinz Field, formerly known as the artist formerly known as Heinz Field. Jeff, I believe we should make a wager and we'll tweet it out. We'll make a little video. But if the fans want to submit ideas for a wager, my idea is that I would write a very heartfelt rhyming poem about my love of the 49ers, and you would write a very heartfelt rhyming poem, love of the Pittsburgh Steelers, as punishment.
I think that's a fantastic suggestion. I want to see what the viewers, the fans come up with the caveat, of course, that we're not going to do something, it's not going to be like we're going to, sever a limb or we're going to, eat feces or something, to be reasonable. Be reasonable.
Yes.
But the show name poll is up, by the way, fellas. We got you booze, you lose.
Strong.
We got firing trash into space, which is my personal favorite.
Oh, pretty good.
We got Yas Dees. Yas Dees. We got Skloosies. And we've got porridge eaters. Okay. So get your votes in now. Whatever you decide is what we will be called next week.
That's true. Okay, let's go. Our next question here comes from Peanut. Wait, Dees, do you want to sign off and say bye to everybody?
I am so excited for the beta tomorrow, 12 p.m. Pacific. Get in there. You're gonna hear some noise about what we're doing. I'm excited about all the announcements coming this year, and I cannot wait for opening day and your guys' bet. So either way, Leighton and I win. We get to hear those rhymes or whatever we're doing.
Yeah, ideally the best kind of wager involves something that happens on the show that you guys all get to witness.
Yes.
Best wager, something forces the other person to do something ridiculous or something embarrassing into it. So if you come up with great ideas, let us know.
Jeff has to shave my back.
Liking and subscribing.
With my teeth.
See you, boys.
Bye.
See you, peace.
Right,
love you, buddy. He's the D's knees. Okay.
Wait, Jeff, is there a food that you don't like to eat?
Asparagus.
Oh, there it is. All right, I'm submitting.
I hate asparagus.
Okay.
I know Josh hates spicy food, so there's your wager.
Yeah, not good.
Oh man, that would be horrible if I had to choke down asparagus. Oh god.
Yeah, there it is.
Oh.
Okay, this comes from Peanut. It's about NASCAR. I don't think any of us watched the NASCAR race.
No.
What's the crew's thoughts on the NASCAR race at Daytona last week? If you watched it, the Friday race featured a double overtime finish, and the Saturday race featured a very violent barrel roll crash from Ryan Pierce. Looked like it came out of the new Gran Turismo movie. I didn't watch either. I don't know what double overtime means though in racing.
Yeah, how does that work in racing? Overtime.
Just drive left faster.
There's a tie.
2 times.
There's a tie, and they have to break the tie.
And then to wreck into each other and then fight on the track.
I did see the Gran Turismo movie, and I thought it was eventually good. The first half is very bad, but then it gets real good at the end. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, these are good. So the other question we asked to Discord, we said, what picks polls would you like to see in the beta? So Leighton and I will get to work on these. First one, which do you care? This came from Woody the Duck. Which do you care more about, your college team winning or your pro team winning? That's a really good one. That's really good. It's really good.
Yeah, that's a good Leighton question. Leighton, what do you say to that?
College. Like losses to. I have 3 college teams, but when they all lose, it hurts more than when the Falcons lose. Because we're used to
college is tough because if they lose one, your season's basically over.
Yeah, you're done.
Yeah, you're done.
Yeah.
Why do you have 3 college teams?
Because you went to 3 colleges, Jeff.
those 3 postgraduate degrees that he has, obviously.
He's Dr. Leighton Batiste. Yeah. What is he a doctor of? Bang bang.
Thank you, guys.
You knew it was coming. You knew it was coming.
Yeah.
Okay. This one comes from Woody Duck as well. There definitely needs to be some WWE questions on there for our wrestling fanboys. I'm gonna skip.
I like it.
No, yeah. Hey, Jeff, or anybody, because Leighton and I don't watch wrestling. If you guys could tweet us out some picks and polls, like, hey, who wins WrestleMania, or who does this, or who does that, we will read them. Not put them on the app, but thanks for sending them in. No, I'm kidding. No, send in the wrestling ones because any wrestling fan that wants to put on a pick and poll will put on a pick and poll. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Peter Piper picked the peck of polls.
Pick a
polls.
Next one comes 2022 FCF Champs says, have predictions to see which country has the most medals in the Olympics. Sure. Next summer's Olympics in Paris, France. We'll get on that. I like that idea.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Peanut said, I think we also need to offer predictions for NASCAR races. Sure.
I predict that they all drive fast.
They drive fast and turn left. Esports predictions could be interesting. Also from first player tokens like Dota 2 International, which is coming up in October, I believe. Yes. Would love to get more esports in there. So again, tweet at us at fan controlled. At Josh Macuga, whatever, and we will get any picks and polls you want to be put up on the app. We have that ability now to do that very nimbly and often, and as often as humanly possible. We want to put in votes all of the time. We want this to become like our own version of a really fun sports book, seriously, or just. But the sports book could have anything and everything in there. Like, will Jeff eventually have a goatee instead of just a full beard? Let's put a poll up, right? Will Jeff go full mustache for Halloween in order to be
get one of those Cavalier ones?
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Like
the
villain from the Man with the Iron Mask.
Yes. Woody the Duck says, can we get an over under of the number of overs hit this weekend? That's a pretty good idea.
That's pretty fun.
That's actually pretty fun.
I like that idea. I really like that idea. We need like somebody's got to build us like a tech that like tells us how many overs hit this weekend.
We need to get on it.
That would be a kind of a funny thing to do, is do a meta gambling site where you're gambling on the gamblers. Like you're gambling on how many people put bets on certain things, or how many, that'd be funny.
Ruthless Cutie says, I'll create a Picks Polls channel in Discord for fan ideas.
Great idea.
That's a great idea.
There you go.
Great idea.
All right. Did we have a winner, Jeffrey, of the show name?
It is a very long voting process, which is still creeping past. But the current leader is You Booze, You Lose.
Yes.
I'm hoping some folks vote for firing trash into space, because I think that one's.
I'm telling you, I've never felt smarter and dumber all at the same time. Am I a genius or a big stupid idiot? You make the call.
I mean, does it have to be one of those?
Yeah. I'm just an average guy with a decent brain capacity, Jeff. Just how about this?
I'm just an average genius saying some dumb shit.
Okay, so I got a flat tire today. Okay, on the way to drop my daughter off at school. Okay, dropped
That's
off
a bummer.
And then my mother-in-law said, "Hey, go to I usually just go to the car dealer." Okay. Mir Frank said, "So much space trash already. Is there a lot of trash up there? Can we go up there with like a big space broom and push it into the atmosphere and watch it burn up
under the space rug?"
Yeah, like just sweep it up the space.
There it goes.
Space Rug is a sick name for a band.
Space Rug.
Space Rug. Ooh, authentically, you popping in chat with that fan controlled lay is hot. Wait till you see his private channel on spankbang.party. Oh yeah.
Party.
Thank you.
So I go to America's Tire. I've never been to this place before. Lovely, just great setup altogether. Went in there. The guy was like, "Oh yeah, hey, looks like it's just a screw." Took out the screw, plugged the tire. No big deal. I'm on my way. And I was like, "How much does it cost?" He's like, "Nothing. Just tell your friends to come to America's Tire." And I was like, "So what is your fucking business model here? I didn't pay you for the hour that you had my car. Like I didn't pay you a dime. You take your car to any other place. So like $200 to sit in our lobby. Go." Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, "No, just tell people." So here's my free advertisement for America's Tire. Go there. It's free.
It's free.
I was on the phone. I was on a business call and I forgot to mute it. And I was like, "Does this cost anything?" He's like, "No." And I was like, "Huh?" And everybody started laughing on the call. I was like, "Got free tire, guys."
It's probably an episode of Breaking Bad going on in the back.
Yeah. Totally.
Yeah. Just don't tell anybody about the meth that we're cooking back here. That's the cost.
Freddie Airmail said Morehead State in a close game right now. How are you seeing this? What service?
What channel is that? Flow Sports.
Flow Sports, like from Progressive?
No,
Flow.
No.
Flo's got her own sports channel. She's been doing some stuff.
Okay. What's is that? Is the show name?
Vote is about to end, and it looks like You Booze, You Lose is going to come out the winner. 60% of the vote.
Dang. Oh, Freddie Airmail saying ESPN Plus. Yeah, I guess ESPN probably has everything.
You Booze, You Lose should have been like the campaign instead of Say No to Drugs. That would have been a cool one.
You Booze, You Lose.
Yeah.
You Booze, You Lose.
Do you guys remember? I remember when the Dare came to our class and the cop took us outside and lit a bong. And he was like, "This is what marijuana smells like.
What?
You kids should know what it smells like." And we were all like,
"Oh,
tastes
wow.
This is
what it
amazing.
Feels like."
Yeah, wow.
This is
I remember the first time I got high and I was like, "This is awesome.
This is an entire carton of Oreo cookies that you're going to eat."
Oh,
you're on it. There you go. You Booze, You Lose is the official winner, ladies and gentlemen.
West Virginia State.
West Virginia has a state university as well as West Virginia University.
Yeah, it's a small school. Yeah,
gotcha.
Small school.
Gotcha. Man, I can start betting on some of these HBCUs. You got to be my inside man on these lately.
I got you.
Okay.
We had a big one in Atlanta last week too, so that was fun.
All right, everybody. So we're gonna be You Booze, You Lose next week because you decided it, and it's a fan controlled show, and that's what happens when you control it. Thanks for hanging out with us this week. Thanks for being here. Get in that app. I'm excited to hear the feedback that everybody who has been selected to be part of the beta. What they think.
Jeff, I think you're really gonna like it. Really.
I better.
How dare you, sir? And if you don't get to sign up for the beta, make sure you go to our new website, spankbang.party, where everybody's spanking and everybody's banging.
Everyone's banging. Yep, knew it.
On that note, ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you next week. Until then, power to the fans.
Did you enjoy that video from Fan Controlled Sports and Entertainment? Of course you did. What was it? I have no idea. This is a stock end card on YouTube. Subscribe to the channel, watch all of our other videos, comment, like, subscribe, but make sure you don't smash the like button. Use a reasonable amount of pressure. And as always, power to the fans.